Thank you for choosing Tap&Go Floor. Tap&Go has been widely used in solid strand woven bamboo floor, solid bamboo floor, engineered bamboo floor, engineered wooden floor, laminate floor, and PVC floating floor. As each flooring manufacturer has his own specific installation instructions, you need to know the manufacturer and product name before you proceed installation. Otherwise, you risk voiding the warranty of the floor. Read and follow the manufacturer's instructions, and you will end up with a quality floor that will last for years. Tap&Go flooring structure. This is the up hook, and this is the low hook. There are two choices for Tap&Go flooring structure. Choice 1. 4-size locking. This is the long side up hook, and this is the short side up hook. This is the long side low hook, and this is the short side low hook. 4 sides are in the same structure. Choice 2. Drop lock on the short side. This is drop lock for low hook. This is drop lock for up hook. Short sides are different from the long sides. Choice 2 doesn't need tapping on short sides. This structure is provided for more option to the customer, especially the DIY home users who has less experience of installation. The combination of the drop lock short side with original Tap&Go long side remains perfect locking effect but less work. Please make sure which structure your floors belong to before the installation. Tap&Go installation. Preparation. Before we start, we should prepare enough tools and accessory. Molding, underlayment, rubber mallet, measuring tape, chopping saw, adhesive tape, spade, etc. Glue, tapping block, and pulling bar are not required. Acclimation. Before installation, put the flooring in the room for 48 to 72 hours to acclimate to the room temperature and humidity. 5% wastage of the flooring is a general requirement for a regular room. All flooring gets expansion or contraction based on room temperatures and humidity levels. The floor must be able to expand in all directions as the humidity of the room can vary due to differences between seasons. The greater the surface area, the greater the room for expansion required. To facilitate this, an expansion gap 8 mm to 10 mm is provided at walls, specific to solid wood flooring. Due to its bigger expansion rate, the gap should be adjusted based on the actual job area. 2 cm thick baseboard is recommended for big room areas. Job site inspection. We should make inspection of the room before installation. Firstly, the concrete floor needs to be smooth, clean, thoroughly dry, and no possibility of leaking water. And the uneven difference should be less than 2 mm. If not, use the spade to make it smooth when it goes up or use cement to make it level if it goes in. If you are ready to install new floor upon an existing wood floors, the moisture difference should be less than 4%, and keep the creeping space under the wood floor be sufficiently ventilated. Any loose parts must be nailed down, and if necessary, a leveling underfloor must be installed. The door or door frame and the floor should have an approximate height difference about 5 mm. Underlayment layout. Put the underlayment on the concrete floor. Make sure the plastic facing the concrete floor and the foam up. Also, please put the second piece of the underlay to the plastic area of the first piece. Then tape the underlayment very well and confirm that they are with the same height. 3 mm thick underlay is recommended. Start installing the floor on one corner, from left to right, or from the middle of the area. Always remember that the easiest way of installing the Tap&Go floor is positioning the up hook into the low hook. To realize this, please always have the low hook edges in front of you during installation. In these installation instructions, we will begin with installing Tap&Go floor in the left-hand corner. Firstly, take 4 Tap&Go panels and place them ready in the corner where you want to begin installation. In order to facilitate the stagger effect of end joints row to row, the first row should be started within a full plank, the second row with a 2/3 plank, and the third row with a 1/3 plank. The smallest piece should never be less than 200 mm long, and the width should never be less than 2 inches. First, saw through panel 2 so that you have a piece 2/3 plank long. Then, place your feet on panel 1 and position the up hook of panel 2 into the low hook of panel 1. After positioning, you should see there is a gap along the joint area. When use the rubber mallet to tap the up hook joint area, the panels will then lock into place together. Its hardness and flexibility are varied by wood species and floor structure. We shall start tapping with moderate force and gradually increase the force until boards are locked together. Tapping with too much force, particularly in a fast speed, might bring damages to your boards. If panel 2 does not stay flat, or if the joint is not perfectly tight, this is a sign that the joint has not been fully made. If this is the case, please either lift up panel 2 and redo as above, or give some more tapping along the up hook joint area until they lock together. Now install the panel 3. Position the short side up hook of panel 3 into the short side low hook of panel 1. Make sure that panels 1 and 3 are perfectly aligned to each other. Next, place both feet on panels 1 and 3. Now position the long side up hook of panel 4 into the long side low hook of panel 1 and 3. With the short side up hook of panel 4 parallel to the short side low hook of panel 2, and then pressing down. Then begin tapping the up hook joint area on the long edge of panel 4 from far side to the near side. When you check if the long side of panel 4 and 3 are locked together, please also make sure the short side of panel 2 and 4 are smooth and perfectly aligned to each other. Now you have joined the first 4 panels and have got used to the technique. Then use the same technique and finish the first 4 rows. Now push the whole unit against the wall and fill in the expansion joint, 8 to 20 mm, with spacer blocks. From the 5th row on, finish off each row at a time, each time joining the panel along its long edge, then along its short edge, and each time tapping as instructed above. You can use the leftover pieces that you have at the end of each row as the beginning panels of the next row. That way, you should make the best possible use of each panel. After installing your floor, you can immediately walk on it and begin the finishing process, such as remove all spacer blocks, fix moldings, etc. Converse installation. Usually, we do not recommend you install Tap&Go floor conversely. However, sometimes if you need, please do as following. First, converse panel. In case converse installation, please start from right to left. Place your feet on the row where you need converse installation. Position the long side low hook of the first converse panel into the long side up hook of the previous row panel. After positioning, you should see there is gap along the joint area. Then use the rubber mallet to tap the up hook joint area. The panels will lock into place together. Second converse panel. Position the low hook on the long edge of the second converse panel onto the up hook on the long edge of the previous row panel and the up hook on the short edge, parallel to the low hook on the short edge of the first converse panel. Then use the rubber mallet to tap the up hook joint area along the long edges until they click in together. Repeat the second panel installation until the conversely installed panels are finished. Precautions. Whether in case of a direct way or converse installation, please always install as per following principles. 1. During tapping, it is suggested to hold 1/3 area to the end of mallet. Don't hold the front area. 2. Tapping always begins from far side to the near side of your body. 3. Tapping with too much force is forbidden, and tapping should start only when up hook of one panel is fully positioned into low hook of another panel. When you've finished one row of panels and proceed to a new row, please make sure up hooks and low hooks are completely engaged with each other, and locking function is activated. 4. For big room area, expansion space should be enlarged accordingly from 8 to 10 mm standard, and 2 cm thick baseboard is recommended. This is particularly important for solid wooden flooring. 5. While tapping, always make sure that the two panels are in the same level and in full touch with the ground. 6. If two panels are not in the same level, please put a piece of 2 mm plywood under the joint area, or spade the concrete floor to be smooth. While tapping the short edge joint area, we strongly recommend that you use your hand or finger to press the exposed edges of the position of panels, so that the panels are in full touch with the ground. If the underfloor extremely uneven, first use finger press the low hook of panel 2, then tap the joint area. 7. For any installation, the starting row should be as straight as possible. Please don't continue if your first 2 rows are not straight or the panels not locked in. 8. Do not tap one area consistently, no matter direct away or converse installation. Please always remember to tap the area of 20 mm to the uphook joint area. Removing the panels. If there is something wrong with the panels, then you should remove it. Using your left hand to pull up the panels you want to remove. Meantime, tapping the area which close to the joint point of the previous row slightly until the lock loose. Pull up the joint area of 2 panels slightly and lay down. Then the 2 panels detached easily. Maintenance. The elegant tap-and-go flooring needs your good maintenance. 1. Do not install floor in the high moisture place. 2. Do not use the broken plank. 3. Do not use the wet mop. 4. No chemicals materials flood on the flooring. 5. Air humidity more than 80% need pumping. Less than 30% need increase. 6. Open the window at regular intervals when there are no people living. 7. Use mats or rugs in high traffic areas, such as hallways. Also, make sure your past nails are trimmed, as these can also scratch your floor. 8. Do not use ammonia, soap, chlorine, bleach, or any abrasive cleaner, which might scratch or react with the flooring finish. 9. Uneven subfloor is must adequately leveled. 10. Do not over-wax wood floor. If the floor dulls, try buffing instead. Avoid wax build under furniture and other light traffic areas. Advantages of Tap&Go. 1. Trusted quality material. The distinctive design of Tap&Go structure and the installation by the vertical force can only be achieved by high-quality HDF or semi-finished material. Flooring with Tap&Go system stands for trusted internal quality, which is not easily verified to common consumers. 2. Reliable, eco-friendly. Tap&Go locking system flooring has high requirement on the raw material. The formaldehyde emission rate of the high-quality materials is far below that of normal or low quality, thereby ensuring environmental-friendly floor. Moreover, Tap&Go locking system needs no glue, no keel during installation, which truly helps realize the formaldehyde-free living environment. 3. Tangibly stronger lock. 4-side locking. Tap&Go's special 4-side locking technology ensures the installed floors hard to dispart after installation. The design of elasticity groove applies the elasticity deformation theory, makes planks truly firmly locked together. 4. More stable flooring. 5. Longer life flooring. Features of special design. Vertical insertion principle and high precise machining of tap-and-go locking system requires high stability standard upon all related data, such as techniques, facilities, and dimension precision. Because that, tap-and-go locking system floorings are more stable and have better adaptability for the environment, will help to preserve your floors in a longer lifetime. 6. Significant cost and labor saving. Comparing with traditional locking system, Tap&Go is much easier in installation with less labor, tools and supplementary material. No keel, no nail, no pulling bar. Moreover, Tap&Go locking system hardwood, engineered and bamboo flooring can be uninstalled and reused for many times, which significantly saves forest resources and protects environment, showing super economization. 7. Personalized effects achievable. Tap-and-go locking system flooring is much easier and more convenient for installation in rooms of regular shapes. Following the cater corner installation, consumers could install flooring according to their own preference, which makes the floor's appearance more elegant and beautiful. 8. Easier and faster installation. Most of consumers are hard to get DIY pleasure due to the complicated installation of traditional locking system. Tap-and-go locking technology applies a new installation concept. For example, vertical insertion, making full use of the theory of ergonomic, making installation easier to adapt to the human psychology and physiology. Installation can be finished by only one person independently. All above make complicated installation procedures much simpler. 9. Trouble-free replacement. Where one panel in the middle area is broken, Tap&Go offers you easier way to replace a new one. After fetching out the broken one by special equipment, take a new panel, then you just need to saw off the short side low hook and install it conversely. The left 3 sides of the hook can also lock the floor with others firmly. Choose Tap&Go. Choose a better life. This low-carbon patent technology is far beyond an innovative locking system.